Today on Rebel Daughters, a secret ingredient, we're in beautiful Lebanon, Connecticut with its amazing nonprofit animal sanctuary and its incredible founder, Jamie Collins, who I love and I think you should know about. Let's go see some animals. Here you go, love. Hi, buddy. There you go.
Iris! Iris!
Iris!
I've heard so much about you. You're a star. This is Iris, the mascot of the farm. She came to us, she was a week old. She was only this big. So within 3 years, she got to be this big.
How do you find your animals?
Hoarding cases and people that can't take care of them anymore. I think it's a matter of people don't realize when they get involved with animals, it's every single day. And this winter was really hard. And it made a lot of people realize some people can't do it anymore.
Tell me a little bit about how you find all of your volunteers who help you run this farm.
Oh my gosh, we're so lucky. We are so lucky. They come from everywhere. Eastern Connecticut State University, they send me 20 kids a week. I have a volunteer, Vanessa. She comes every single morning and feeds for me 5 days a week. Every morning she's here. She takes care of everything. She does cleaning. I have volunteers that are high school students that do their ag science programs. I have kids all the way from Westport, Connecticut, Staples High School. They did their senior internship with me. I have college students from Princeton. She's gonna be a vet. I have 4 students from across the country this year. They're all going off to vet school. And the cool part about Blue Iris is they all get to learn about all kinds of different breeds of animals.
This isn't your only job. As if this wasn't enough, running a 114-acre farm with over 200 animals. Tell us a little bit about what else you do.
I am a photographer. I do bar and bat mitzvahs primarily, and it's amazing. I've been in Norwalk for 28 years running my business. I use the funding from my bar and bat mitzvah money to pay for this. So the last 5 years, it's been about $425,000 I've spent on this.
You're incredible.
Hi, love. Hi. Scooch around the mud.
Oh, hello. Do you find that you can always find room for one more animal, or is there ever a time when you have to put a cap on it and say we just can't, we're at capacity?
Financially, I capped out this winter. I was getting at some points 30 calls a week with different needs. There's not a lot of farm rescues, so we're excited. We're building a large barn this year, and we're really, really excited because we can host more events and we can have more people, and in rainy days they'll be inside the barn with the animals. And this area here, when I have senior centers, I put chairs here and they come and they feed the animals, and it's lovely. I think we'll take a goat walk.
Oh, here comes another friend. Oh my gosh.
The most important thing is rescuing animals, but I want to make it so that people can come and experience the animals and enjoy them for longer periods of time. This is our chicken coops. We're actually rebuilding.
How did you learn how to raise farm animals?
So I grew up on a vegetable farm and I had animals. So I was in 4-H, but the one thing I did when I first started this was ask my vet a lot of questions. And I worked with her directly on what to do for disease, how to prevent things. I did a lot of research for the first 3 years.
When did you found a Blue Iris farm?
I bought the property in 2021, and then shortly after my husband passed from COVID, and I did the nonprofit status a year and a half later.
Do you want to share a little bit more about the origin of Blue Iris Farm?
So I was taking my daughter for horseback riding lessons, and I saw a couple different situations that I was like, wow, these animals really need some help. And then I realized when I did some research, there's not a lot of farm animal rescues. At that time, everything was shut down because of COVID. I decided that now's the best time to do something because I had a lot of time on my hands. We bought this land, there was nothing here, and I decided to go all in and really build this so later in life we could rescue as many animals as possible and rehome the ones that can, but things like Iris probably wouldn't get rehomed just because I just would want to make sure that, a pig of her size could live out her life, or the draft horses.
About how many animals have you been able to rehome?
I've rehomed probably between 40 and 60 animals.
How do you get all of your ideas for all the different things that you want to do on the farm? Because you're running retreats, you have the senior citizens coming, you're hosting, students with special needs, field trips, the list goes on and on. So these ideas just come to you? Do your volunteers come up with some of the ideas?
So the first year that I started having volunteers, a student from Eastern said to me, let's start creating some programs. At that time, I was heavy in grief. So I knew that this would be a great place for people to come to feel good. You would find me out here camping, and in the night I would lay down with the horses at like 1 a.m, and it was like something that like really saved me. Yeah. The unique part about Blue Iris is the hands-on with a lot of these animals.
Yep.
We started inviting students to come and said, I don't want them just to pet the animals, let's teach them. So we teach them about the animals and care, and the students from Eastern have put together educational programs. When I first purchased the land, there was nothing here. After my husband passed away, I knew that I had to just keep building. And so I rented a backhoe, and I had one of the local towns bring me a lot of fill, and I put in huge culverts, which are piping so you can get from one field to the next. One of the local farmers said to me, who did all the work? And later on, once he said it looked great, I had told him I did it, and he was like shocked. He was like, what?
Rebel daughter.
It's good, yes.
Show us inside the fairy house.
Kids come, and this is their little fairy house, like a doll house, and they come and they move the little figurines around and they build upon it.
It's so magical back here. What would you say is the most rewarding part of everything that you've been able to create?
I think for me, to see the joy it brings other people, and for it to be right here in Connecticut. A lot of people go so far to find joy and go on these big vacations, and who would have thought at a farm animal rescue that you can be creative, you can find joy. I have grown men that say to me, I had no idea I was missing out on this. It's been life-changing for so many people. One woman came to me, she said she had just lost her husband and she was really struggling. And I had shared my story, and she just burst out into tears and said, I'm so proud and happy to meet you, because like sometimes when we're heavy in grief, we just don't know, like we feel alone, And so for me, this has been like, it's been this like such a fulfilling thing to see the joy. And people come here and they roll up their sleeves, or they come here and have a magical experience with their kids. They literally said, they have to come home to me. I saw them in Connecticut at the lesson barn that I told you about, and I said, something's wrong with those horses, they need help. Dream, the bigger one, couldn't even walk and breathe. So they had strangles, but I didn't know at the time. And then I found out they were all over the country at different auctions. I was at a bat mitzvah and I got a call from the person at the barn saying, I thought you wanted those horses. And I said, I do, but I don't know what to do. They're like, well, they're gonna get separated because they're not doing well and nobody wanted them. And so I said, I'm gonna take them. And so that was the beginning of realizing if I hadn't made that decision that day, they probably would have been put down. What I didn't realize is they were trailered all over the country, and they were sausaged in with a bunch of other horses. So they weren't fed right. They were at auction without water and food that summer. They were just in trouble. And so they were in fight or flight. They were running fences over. They were just out of control. I brought them here. There was no fencing. I camped out with them. They stayed. There was nothing holding them back, but they stayed. I kept water and food. And then the winter came and I said, I have to get them in shelter. So I boarded them at a really beautiful facility. And she called me one day and she goes, I know you love these horses and I love them too, but they're kicking our barn down. They're literally taking the walls down.
Wow.
And they're running people over, and they were just so out of control. They didn't want to be cooped up. Mm-hmm. So I brought them back here, and I was really worried about what am I going to do with horses that are so out of control? So in the night, I used to just do that, lay down with them and hang out with them and just constantly talk to them. And now they're just like puppy dogs. Mm-hmm. So it's really neat. I want to help as many animals humanly possible with the help of volunteers and people that love and care for animals. And I think together, like I've done it for 5 years, really amazing how people show up and how they really care and are dedicated to this.
Well, I think you give back so much and you create such an impact with this farm on your community, and people really they're obviously responding to that, and you can just feel when you're here there's a peacefulness and there's a tranquility that I think is unmatched, and obviously all of the animals are very well loved and taken care of, and they all live in harmony together, which
They do.
I mean, it really feels like you're in a storybook.
Billy said to the town planner in 2021, he goes, what kind of farm are you going to have, or what are you doing? And I said, I don't know, Charlotte's Web meets Little House on the Prairie, and it really has, it's coming that, you know, it's becoming that, exactly that, a storybook.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, thank you so much for having us and sharing your story and letting us meet all of your animals and getting all the pets in. This is just a small token of appreciation. I brought you some cookies. Thank you.
Again.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Thank you, guys. I'm Jamie Collins. I'm the founder of Blue Iris Farm Rescue and Retreat. We rescued over 200 farm animals in the last 5 years that I've paid for myself, and now I'm looking for people to help donate, come visit the animals. It's an experience you're going to remember for the rest of your life. You can come for a farm visit for an hour, or you can come and stay for multiple days. Thank you so much.